Can you keep a secret?
I don't know what to tell. All my friends are dead.
Quite by accident, I find myself in a rather criminal position.
I can't fathom what criminal activity you could possibly involve in, except a crime of fashion, of course.
I'm embellishing documents, if you will.
Are you forging checks?
No, literary letters by prominent writers.
Not checks, not money, just letters.
You're not understanding the world of elite, collectible, literary artifacts.
I suppose not. But how thrilling to be forging pieces of paper that go where? Libraries.
No, I am selling to collectors.
How much are you getting for them?
I don't know why I told you. It's a waste of a secret. I should have gone out there and gotten a rock and told the rock, because I'd get a better response.
Who else have you told about this?
You're not the only one without friends.
And what is the challenge here, then, in producing a movie like this in New York, where you couldn't make this anywhere? I mean, you really can't fake Toronto for this, so.
No, I mean, I think we searched a lot of the corners of the city that maybe weren't so touched by gentrification, and then we leaned into a couple of institutions, the Argosy bookstore, which cooperated with us, and we used it for actually 2 bookstore locations, and Julius's bar, which became a sort of emotional and thematic sort of hero location for the piece. The apartment that Lee lives on surprised us all, because we were gonna build it on a stage, and then we found this empty, vast apartment on 7th Avenue and 56th Street, and all moved in there, and who knew that was there? So it was about avoiding city bikes and sort of cruising the perimeter to look for these places that hadn't really been touched yet.
Amy, what about you? What did you think with this property, and how did it come about?
Yeah, well, for me, I got it luckily from being introduced to Anne. So we met in 2011, I think, the end of 2011, 2012, and she'd been working on it for a few years, and said, I have a great project that you might be interested in. It's about an aging 50-year-old lesbian cat-loving alcoholic who everybody hates. Think maybe it'd be interesting to you. You know, we were getting to know each other, and that was sort of our opening lunch. Like, maybe I'll see if she's anything like me. And I read it, and I was like, wow. I don't know why, but I really want to make this movie. So that's how we got together, and also how we started building our company, Archer Gray.
I think in many ways the movie is sort of about the difference between what a story might be on paper versus what it actually feels like to live inside it. Because on paper, this movie sounds like it would be a real downer, and it's about sort of these depressing misfits, but instead living in their skin and getting to experience their relationship feels so relatable and so good. And it felt sort of throughout making the process like we knew we were making something that if you explained it to people wasn't something that they necessarily sounded interested in, but there was something about the 2 characters and finding these 2 people who it's this platonic love story between 2 people, and finding that joy and that pain and all of the things that are unsaid. You know, he has this one little line of, all my friends are dead. It's a gay man in 1991 in New York. Like, that's a little line that he throws away as a joke and we can laugh at, but it's what's not being said, the context there of he's a gay man living in the height of the AIDS crisis. And so much about the movie is hopefully getting to live within those 2 worlds of something really real, but also the joys of getting to hang out with these 2 guys at a bar all day.
That brings me to ask about the tone of the film, because when you see Melissa McCarthy, and this is a dramatic performance in a dramatic film, but it's got humor in it, and it has that, but hitting the tone between the dramatic and the comedy moments here is also partially an editor's job.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously Mari, too, on set was very much aware of seeing a different type of Melissa McCarthy. I mean, she's an amazing actress, an amazing comedian, but it was cool to see her do a different type of character. I often say that when I'm cutting movies, I often get the note, can we make this female character smile more? Can we make her more pleasant? You know, can we make her prettier? And in this case, we got a lot of notes saying, can she be grouchier? Can we make her more difficult? And it was refreshing. The other part was that it became clear that the relationship between Jack and Lee was so key to the movie. And there's an incredible amount of wonderful material. It was very hard, but our first cut was like an hour longer. But every time people saw Jack and Lee on screen, their chemistry, it really lit up and people really enjoyed themselves. So we had to kind of shape the story very much with their relationship in mind.